I'm excited to share some experiments I've been doing to reduce the AI spend and usage. Running out of usage with Claude Codex, I'm just like maxing out the usage. I feel like I'm kind of getting my money's worth, but it's blocking me from working. So let's talk about the experiments I'm running right now. Just a quick update. What have I been working on? So Channel Surfer, it's been a bit stuck. I'm still trying to build out the paid product, and there's a really big chunk of work that I've been stuck on the last few weeks. It turned out to be way harder than I thought. I kind of put out an early version, and that wasn't quite working. And I had to really do some much harder engineering that's taken a lot longer and a lot more work. I mean, I'm almost there, and when it's done, the big bulk of the paid product is essentially done, which is good. Let me just show you. So this is my real account on Prod. Here's the thing. I have all of these Channel Surfer channels, and these can be a lot of this is test data, by the way. So you can see that it says updated about 17 hours, 20 hours ago. So I some YouTube channels actually put out a lot of content several times a day for some really big ones. Most YouTube channels, it's one video a day at most. A lot of them, it's one video a week. If you don't want YouTube Shorts, it's going to be probably really less frequently, but some do. So what I'm trying to do is I want your saved data in here. You went into here and you can make a channel with multiple sources, a playlist, multiple YouTube channels, and I want all of that data to sync at least every 12 hours, ideally every 6 to 12 hours. This has been really hard. This has been much harder because I'm also adding features, so I need to build it in a future-proof way. What I'm working on right now locally is you'll be able to per source, so you can make a custom channel with tons of playlists, tons of YouTube channels, and you could toggle for each source or at the whole channel level. I don't want YouTube Shorts. Hey, I want all of the videos. Give me all of it, randomly. Take this one, for example. This is a YouTube channel. There's just one source, and all it's doing is pulling in the most recent 15 videos. That's it. So it's the newest stuff only. So if you go through the channel and you land on that channel, you'll only see a mix. It's randomized and repeated, but you'll only see the most recent 15. Well, some people want all of it, and even I do. Even I as a user want all of it. This is a bunch of music. Yeah, I want all of it mixed, not just the most recent 15. But to make that work and all of that data for all the users refresh, and I have some things in the pipeline for the free users, to do that very efficiently in a very don't blow through the API kind of way, it's been really hard. So that's what I'm stuck on. I think I'm almost done. I think I have a clear path to do it. It's been, even with AI, it doesn't matter. It's been weeks of work, and I've been pretty stuck. And that has been holding up the product. That's been holding up everything. So when I finally get this chunk of work done, things should start moving at a better pace, I hope. I've had a lot of churn. One person who churned finally messaged me back and said, hey, there's no TV version. I don't want to watch it on my laptop. I want to watch it on the TV. Yep. Well, the TV version, or a TV version, is not done because I'm stuck trying to build out the core architecture and backend for the actual product. With that said, people churn, but then people are subscribing and becoming customers. The MRR has gone up. That's a bit of an iffy number. I think it's about 450-ish a month. I'm very far from my goal, but the line is slowly ticking up, but the churning is making it go very slow. One thing I'm really running into is, again, I am running out of usage, 100%. So let me give you a perfect example. Today is Tuesday. I'm 2 days into my weekly my weekly usage for Claude code. And I'm now about a little bit more than 50% of all my usage for the week is done in 2 days. Codex usage as well by the end of the week. But here's the cool thing. OpenAI actually resets your usage. It's fucking great. So they are resetting quite a bit, and that's really saving my ass. I'm having to have Codex do a lot of work, but I'm just running out of Claude usage. And the reason is because I'm trying to use Fable because I'm doing very, very tricky stuff. I want to use the very best model. In my opinion, the very best model for tricky stuff is Fable. It's killing me. It's killing the usage. So one of my experiments, I saw this on Threads. So this guy, I was very skeptical, and I actually messaged him. He said, I don't know, it's working for me. He said, look, I was running out of session limits. I was hitting the session limits too, and putting this to my Claude MD. But apparently if you tell it like, hey, be really smart, like when you spin up a sub agent, if it's something really dumb and easy, use the cheap model, use Haiku, use Sonnet for this, use Opus only when, for the kind of hard stuff, rarely use Fable, like really essentially like be really smart in your sub agent usage. I don't know. I asked Opus 5, there's the model that I'm using. So I asked it, is this true? Is this valid? Like go deep research, like actually look at the real docs with, on the Anthropic site, like really, really investigate this heavily. It's like, yeah, actually some of that is true. I'm going to take what's true and put this in your Claude MD. So the first thing I'm trying is that. I desperately need to get that usage down, and I'm trying this today, and so far it does seem to be not using as much usage, but it's so hard to tell because I'm using Opus and not Fable. The next thing I'm going to do, so I have all of this, so I make tickets. I make a plan for little chunks of work, just like you do at a real software company. You make tickets, you have little chunks of work. On my desktop computer, it runs every night. So all night long, that thing is humming along. And that's why I'm running out of usage, because I'm running this thing. I'm not quite 24 hours, but like very large chunk of the day, Claude is running. Yeah. And I'm on the max 20 plan. So I'm really maxing that out. You're getting a lot of usage, but yeah, I need to reduce that. Well, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try Headroom. People swear by this, and I'm in a bunch of private communities and a bunch of private channels about AI stuff. I'm sure a lot of people are, not just me. People have been complaining a lot about usage, complaining a lot about Opus 5. I saw some people arguing about this the other day, saying like, look, Anthropic sells tokens. They have no initiative to help you save on tokens. They're not like maliciously burning your tokens unnecessarily, but they let you shoot yourself in the foot very, very easily and burn a lot of tokens. You're not combating a lot. You're having these long conversations. You're not using something like this. And I do believe them. I do agree. And so what I'm going to do next is try this. This is like a really smart thing that compresses your tokens without reducing the quality. Some people swear by this. I'll leave a link in the description. So when it's working all night, I'm going to try this, because that's a lot of my usage now is like it running, and there's a watcher. So it opens up all these PRs for all the tickets, and every week or every couple of days, I'm like, what's next? And it's kind of like I'm the project manager. There is a team of junior engineers somewhere, and they're working. And they're opening PR. So I review the work. Like there's a preview link I click. I review the code, see architecture things, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Are you following this rule? So I leave comments, and there's a watcher that watches, and it puts it in a queue, and it slowly like responds to the PRs, makes changes, does the review loop. I've talked a lot about that in other videos, the looping that I do to review things like really strongly. There, I want to try Headroom. So I'm going to try that. And hopefully I could just squeeze a little bit more out of my Claude code plan and stop burning my use. I'm going to try this. So I do these big loops where it does work. It has Codex review it. it goes back to Claude. Claude does those changes, and it goes in a loop. I think that those threads get extraordinarily long, and I want to experiment with compacting, like, in between those loops in a smart way. Like, why does it need, like 1 million tokens every time it does that? I'm going to experiment with that. I think that could really cut down the usage. And now let's talk about this. So this is the hype right now. There's so much bullshit hype, and I see astroturfing is so fucking obvious. When you look on social media, with the AI, I've never seen, in my opinion, as bad astroturfing as you see now. So I'm very, very skeptical now. And it's so easy to astroturf because there's VPNs, there's all sorts of VPN services. You have AI. It's never been easier to like have an astroturf farm. So I anytime Chinese models come up, every time I try, I'm disappointed. I'm like, it's just not as good. Fuck off. The Codex and Claude is so much better. So out of desperation, I got OpenCode Go. It's $5 a month. I'm like, let me just try this. But I didn't even need that. To try DeepSeek, it was like, you get a lot of tokens free. So the new DeepSeek Flash, I give it a try. Out of desperation, because I was 100% out of usage for Codex, for Claude, and I was like, I still need to plan and do things. Like, I gotta do something here. I need my model. I'm addicted. I can't. It's just so much easier just to use a model to help me do all this work. And I tried it out, and I was pretty fucking blown away. I for once, the hype is real. I will admit the hype was real in this one. I was godsmacked, actually. This is shockingly fucking fast and good. Shockingly, like jaw-droppingly. And now the intelligence part and speed so much isn't the shocking part. What's shocking is the price, okay? The fact that they gave away the weights so all these inference providers can just load it up and have you hammer away 24/7. And the fact that the cost is so low is the jaw-dropping part. Go try it out. I strongly encourage you. I don't buy the hype that it's like Opus 5, Opus 4.8 intelligence. Fuck that. I think that's astroturfing. That's BS. But is it close to Sonnet 4.5, Opus 4.5? Yes, I think so. I think it's starting to get pretty close. And for $5 a month, I'm serious, for $5 a month, you can run this thing all damn day long. And for that, the intelligence, that intelligence to cost is blowing my mind. That's the crazy impressive part. Are there smarter models? Of course. I think there's even probably smarter Chinese models, but they're slower and more expensive for running this thing all day long at $5 a month. No. This is, in my opinion, the biggest model to drop this year. Like, that's my hot take. Go try it out if you don't believe me. At least, like, I'm admin, doing exploratory work, just like, I'm not doing like heavy, intense coding. Why not just, I'm going to switch to, I'm not going to use Sonnet or Opus anymore. I usually was just using Opus. I'm going to go down to DeepSeek Flash. I'm going to use that for that kind of work. I bought one of these plans. I was like, screw it. Even though I was not running out of the free, I wanted to experiment with some of the other Chinese models. Your first month is $5 a month. I will drop a link in the description. If you want to try it, you'll get free usage. I'll drop a link if you want. I don't care if you use it. I just go try this out for $5. I've not maxed out the usage with Flash. So I'm going to experiment with some of these easier tickets that I'm running in the background. I'm going to give it a try. So if I need to squeeze more after doing these two, I'm going to start farming some of those tickets out, the real easy ones I think it can nail, to DeepSeek, and let's see what happens, guys. I'm very curious. Anthropic is probably shitting their pants. Everyone's waking up to how good these are and how much cheaper. And it's not, the math is not mathing for Anthropic. OpenAI, ChatGPT, they started giving away. They made a small model. Which one is that called? Luna or something. They made a really small, stupider one. They're giving that away for free. They've reduced the prices. Yeah, the math is not mathing. Because you have enterprise spending thousands of dollars, a software engineer a month. It is not mathing when you can use this thing for $5 a month. It's not adding up anymore. This is not the gap between $200 a month and $5 a month is not mathing. The math when you know, oh, hey, we're spending $5,000 a month on, you know, Anthropic enterprise tokens. That's not adding up, y'all. That $5 a month is $10. Hell, even if it's $100, it makes more sense to drop down in intelligence and use this. I'm glad. I'm very curious to see what happens. I've been pretty unhappy with Anthropic lately, so we'll see what happens. I launched this. I've had hundreds and hundreds of page views. I've been working a lot on this on the background. I got my first spam. Somebody emailed me kind of a nasty email saying this sucks and this AI slop. It's actually not. I actually do a lot of human work on this. That kind of sucks. I'm actually working quite a bit, like as a human on this. Go check it out. It's free. There's tons of free tools. I'm releasing 1 to 2 every day. The goal is 10 a week, and I'm going to hit 10 a week for the foreseeable future for the next year, probably. That's it. There's no questions or comments today. What do you think? Have you tried DeepSeek Flash? I'm very curious. And by the way, when I say DeepSeek Flash, make sure it's the new one that just dropped, not the old one. The old one actually was shit, was really retarded. It's this brand new one they just dropped. That is the smart one. Go check it out if you haven't. See you next time.